Okay, so who the heck is this Jordan Winged Fox spirit character in the Winged Fox? I originally had him as like one of the main characters. Jordan started out as more of a rival love interest to Kung, and that still is the case. You can kind of tell that he's kind of a sneaky link type from early on. But in my early drafts, it wasn't obvious at all. I don't think it was even obvious enough. It wasn't really fair of me as the author to get you to guess what a gaslighter this character is, because he was too good at it. It was too smooth. So originally I had him kind of secretly working with the Sea Queen, but that's not the case in this final draft. It's a little more complicated than that, and he definitely has his own agenda. So what I wanted to talk about today is, why is he a winged fox, and why does he have like red fog that he can like breathe on people? Like, he's sort of a strange, unique blend of things, where a lot of the other nature spirit devas, or guides as they're called, it's or a personified version of anthropomorphized, there you go, there's the word, version of their own species. Tree spirit will be conscious and have some movements that look almost human, like it can move its branches like arms, and it can speak, for example. This is Adam I'm talking about from Way Hurricane, the tree guardian that watches over their cabin so it doesn't fall over the cliff. Jordan is different because he is a nature spirit guardian, but he guards or watches over specifically the evolution of all species. So he's not really a species-specific fox guardian. And you can see that in the book. He kind of keeps changing appearances on Solange, and she's like, how come you do that? And how come I don't recognize you sometimes, even though he always has a fox sort of a tell to his appearance. Sometimes he looks more human, sometimes he looks more foxish, because he's looking over all of the different species and making sure that they are kind of shepherded into evolving in a way that allows them to survive. Now, the problem with that is this is not a healthy world. They are surviving. He is obsessed with perfection in the way that a plastic surgeon might be. Does that make sense? So, I don't know if I'm being clear about this at all. You said to read the book. But, yeah, that's why he can travel through the books a lot more easily than a lot of other characters. And the red fog that puts people to sleep is kind of like his sweet-talking Solange. He tries to use her abilities to bend history in favor of his agenda, more or less. So, is he a genuine love interest? Kind of. Is he trustworthy? No. I think you'll figure that out pretty quickly. Does he tell you the truth? Only if he has to, and then only 20% of it. Yeah, Jordan's red fog is interesting too, because he can use it to put people to sleep and sort of charm them, but he can also use it as a pain reliever, and I thought that was interesting too, in terms of being not black and white, right? He's a character that can take your pain away, but only because he thinks it's necessary that you die, but he still doesn't want you to suffer. Like, he's a real back and forth kind of a dude. Book 4, he becomes a drug dealer. Because of course he does. But, yeah, we finally at least balance out the power that he has magically with some of the other characters, because he's in a different dimension, and because of the way he misuses energy to try and become physically manifest, like the old gods. He gets himself into trouble. So that's another thing that I'm exploring. There are no like all-powerful characters. There's no like final boss, but I didn't want him to all be black and white. So I only made him as obvious as I felt like I had to make him understandable, because he's so confusing. So tell me what you think. I feel like I did that a little bit extra with explaining the metaphysics of the reality as well, like characters figuring it out, because if I'd made it any more hard to understand for the characters, or any more unexplainable or plot twisty than I already did, I honestly wouldn't blame you for completely giving up on what what I'm writing, because yeah, you didn't have 20-30 years to study this like I did. So I'm trying to make it as obvious as I need to, since that's common feedback for me, is that I thought I made something sort of too obvious and then it wasn't obvious enough. So let me know what you think.